Hello, everybody. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How you doing?
Mr. Hicks, life coach at YPC Participants. Today, I have here two members of our Understanding You Love You program, as well as one of our participants from Chicago Careers program, and we're here to promote peace and talk about ways to keep peace and prevent violence. Introduce yourself, fellas.
I'm Devon Garrett. I'm 18 years old. I'm a member of the Understand We Love You program.
I'm Brian Stewart. I'm 18 years old. I'm a member of the Understand We Love You program too.
I'm Mark Richmond. I'm 23 years old. I'm part of Chicago Career.
All right, so today, guys, I want to have a conversation with you guys based around what we can do to prevent violence and what is the root cause of violence within the Roseland community, as well as the south side of Chicago and the entire city. So I'll start with you, Devon. What do you think is some of the root problems to violence here in Roseland?
I feel like a lot of the root causes of violence is social media. A lot of social media nonsense. People say wild things on there. People argue on there. A lot of lashback come from there. Gang violence, period. I say the environment, because if that's what you're around, that's what you're gonna bring about. You're gonna be a product of your environment. And I just feel like more people don't promote peace. Enough people don't promote peace. Everybody yes men, so they feel like they can't stand up and have their own mind. So they just gonna follow in the footsteps of their predecessors and just keep falling in the cycle of violence.
Facts.
Wow. You guys agree with that?
Facts, yes.
Mark, could you elaborate a little bit on what you feel like is the root for violence here in the Roseland community?
It's a lot. It's crazy because it's like, I feel like it started with family and it go from there. Like, it started at home and, at first it might be cool, fun, the games or whatever, but then when you get around other people and they family, or where they come from, it's a different thing. And y'all families might have got into it before in the past, but that's how that lead on, because it goes to school from home, then it go, people show up at your work, all type of things. So I feel like that family play a big part in it.
Wow, that's deep. That's deep. I appreciate that. So we spoke about social media. We spoke about death. Brian, what do you think is one of the root causes of violence here in Roseland, from your perspective?
I think it's a lot of people mindset. Like, if everybody got the same mindset, instead of having their own mindset, like thinking for themselves, they let another man think for them. Or they want to follow after somebody just because they saying they don't do it. He made it off that. Well, you ain't gonna make it the same way he made it, or take the same route. You might take the same route, but it ain't gonna take the same steps.
Wow, that's great. So what it sounds like to me is we jump into the next segment where I was thinking about peer pressure. We all know what a form of peer pressure is, even when I came up. But again, this is about you guys, your time, your area, your culture. Let's speak a little bit about peer pressure and what that does to the community as far as enhancing the violence that's going on. Feel free, anybody, to jump in at any time.
I feel like a lot of people is victims of peer pressure because a lot of young men, I don't know, especially if they don't got guidance, they feel like they don't got nobody to look toward, or they don't got their own mind to think, or the decisions that they make, they feel like they not necessary to do what they gotta do or maneuver how they should as a man. But as a young man, them not knowing what a man is or what it is to become a man, they just following anything and becoming yes men because they following the lead of anybody else. So they not thinking of themselves. They not even around engaging men that's engaging in a positive conversation or something to elevate their life on the better things and not just negativity. So that's how I feel.
And I feel like it's a misleading thing too. A lot of the youth misled, because I feel like we was misled when we was coming up. So, if we was misled, they don't do nothing but mislead them, because how we gonna teach something if we don't know? If we still learning, we still trying to get to where we at. So it's like they watching us and they coming right behind us, and it get worse and worse. So it's like we can't point no fingers. All we could do is really like help one another and get to where we really need to go.
Wow, Brian, could you elaborate a little bit on that? Give a little bit of insight on that same subject?
Yeah, I feel like they said all, like everything, but I can add a little more. Like, a lot of them, I ain't supposed to concur, but a lot of people don't know how to use their mindset. Like, you gotta be yourself sometimes. So, like, you can't just be like, oh, he do this, I'm do this. No, like, he go do that, I'm gonna do my own thing. Cause what he go do, that might lead him to jail, death, anything. Then if you would've was to follow him, you gonna go down the same path.
What's amazing, you guys, we speaking about this, and here it is, 20-some odd years later, still dealing with the subject, from my upbringing of peer pressure. But my question to you, young man, is peer pressure strictly coming from the streets, or does it happen inside the home? Let's talk a little bit about that.
Everywhere. It happened everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Everywhere.
Yeah, I'd say that.
And I was gonna say like you, I'm glad you said that, because peer pressure is not just among peers. It's not peer pressure. It's sometimes some people like some decisions. I ain't gonna lie, the lifestyle we live now. If we just at a young age, we teenagers right now, we hustling or whatever, feel like we trying to make some money, but we not making no money to move to another area or buy our mama another house. So we stuck in a predicament we got no control over. So sometimes we forced to play our hand, the hand we dealt. So once you push to a position and you in that corner, you not gonna do nothing but stand up for yourself and try to. Some people looking at it like, cause they not looking at the point of view, they not looking at it from your point of view, so they feel like you following everybody else. So y'all got the same mindset. The whole time you push to do this, you ain't got no other choice but to go this route. If you take the easy route, you might die. You might just go to jail. You might slip up trying to do something else. Some people be peer pressure.
Let's elaborate on. Sorry, not to cut you off, but when you say something else, feed the audience what something else may be.
As in something else, I mean, you might feel like you getting out your comfort zone or something and doing something, or you may. Some people be traumatized. Like it's stuff I done seen. Like I'll never do something because I feel like I can't go out of my comfort zone sometimes. Cause I feel like I might just be doing the right thing and I came in my comfort zone. I feel like I ain't got to worry about nothing and something happened to me. I ain't had that guard or defense up, so now my defense not up. Now I feel like I'm vulnerable.
Can I touch on that? Go ahead.
Goofy because he ain't do certain things.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like
I have a different answer. I don't care. Elaborate to the public, because you got to think when you're talking to this young black man, it's not only one culture going to hear this. You got to elaborate on what a goofy is. Asians may not know. Okay, enlighten people.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, you go ahead. I feel like you gonna say it better.
You take your time.
Well, certain people would think, me, a goofy is somebody who play, first of all.
Play too much.
Yeah. To some other people, it might feel like, as if, okay, how can I put this goofy?
Goofy, you a lame. I ain't gonna lie.
Don't worry about the people. Let's use I. What is it to I? What is goofy to you? What does it mean to you?
Somebody who just play too much.
And what does it mean to you, brother?
I feel like somebody who play too much, somebody who, it's multiple things to me. It's not just one. Like, you could be a goofy not standing on your word. You could be a goofy from playing too much. You could be a goofy from letting somebody put their hands on you and you didn't defend yourself the right way. Or you could be a goofy from telling on your mans and y'all both went to do something and you know that you need to take responsibility for what you did. Both of y'all should take responsibility, not just, bro did this and bro did that, and then you out here telling people, okay, I'm gonna just keep it real. You telling the police these things, so now both of y'all get brought down. Now both of y'all hurt.
Well, let me say something. This is why I love elaborating with my little brothers. I love to give knowledge and I love to get it. In my eyes, in my lens, the way I see life, there's a positive goofy. And a positive goofy is one who's doing the right thing, that jumps up outside their comfort zone. I'll give you an example for myself. I too came from the Bronx, Roseland, born and bred, Wild Hunt is crazy. But it took me a long time to realize that my trouble was my trouble. Right? When I go do my time, I go do my time. In my eyes, I was a goofy.
Yeah, nobody got with you.
I was a goofy, but I was doing my time. I didn't let my time do me. But however, once I was releasing, I started getting on the positive side. Some of the real OGs like, oh, he's goofy, because I'm trying to help now. So never look at it as a goofy as a downfall. Sometimes my parents always tell me, if they ain't talking about you at all, then you ain't doing nothing right.
Exactly. If you don't got haters, you ain't doing something right.
Let's talk about that. Let's talk about haters. That's part of it.
It's a lot of those.
Yeah.
A whole lot of those. I feel like with the hater thing, it's like that got something to do with the peer pressure thing you was just talking about too, because some people just hate because the person that they following hate you. Like, you don't even know me, but you hate me because your cousin hate me, or cause somebody, like you said, cause somebody doing better than you, cause I got what you don't got. I remember when I was going to school, and I never thought dudes would hate you over females. I found that out in school. Like, you mad at me because you can't get her number and she talking to me. That's weird. Like, as a man, that's weird. So I don't know, that haters.
I like that. Let's talk about. I know you guys come up with subjects. When I think deep, and I think about the roots of some of the issues that we have here, roles and violence. I always think about my own mirror. At times I was part of the problem. Being a hothead. Let's talk about what this program do for you as far as not want to retaliate on guys, and as far as want to use the power to pause, relax, not go get the gun and shoot him down, and opposed to go talk to a life coach or Mr. and Ms. Jones and say, well, let me calm myself down. How does that process go?
That's an excuse. Like, a lot of people use stuff as an excuse. But to me, like, I do it because I know, like, it's gonna put me in the right position for opportunities that I never had before.
Too, I feel like it been doing a lot for me. It changed the way I think about it, like, cause before when I first got here, I wasn't as communicative, or I didn't talk like, cause I ain't know, like, I don't know, I don't know, it's a different feeling when I first got here, cause when I first got here, I wasn't planning on changing for real. I was just like, let me see what happened. And when you, bro, and when
people be like, oh yeah, I'm still gonna do this, even though he in this program to better himself, but he still gonna go through the same thing after he was just in the peace program.
Exactly. And as I started staying here, I slowly started changing. Like, I started looking at myself more, but looking at having the little things y'all got, like CBI, and just having Cook come in and talk to us, things of that nature. I ain't had nobody to sit down and talk to about my feelings. Like, I ain't really cared about it at first. It was just like, if I got feelings, oh, Will, don't make me mad, I'm gonna just take it out on you type thing. But now I'm not like that. Like, now I think before I even say something now. So it changed a lot. It helped me more than just some money. It helped me mentally, for real.
So I always want to make sure you want to go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was gonna go on that.
Sorry, go ahead.
He basically said that thing, but I feel like they said, it changed stuff. But like you said, going out your comfort zone. Like, I don't like going out my comfort zone, but I learned to step outside my comfort zone. That come along, like I said, being goofy. Some people good goofies, productive goofies. Like, I feel like a goofy is, like you said, somebody that don't know how to stop playing. Like, I'm playful, but I got good discipline. I know how to stop myself. You don't got good self-control and you just play around and don't know how to get it together all the time, you a goofy. Mm-hmm. If you portraying an image that you know you're not, or you're not going to stand up to what you say, I feel like that's
you a goofy.
Man. As a man, stand on what you should say and hold yourself responsible for your actions. Mm-hmm. But coming to the youth peace center as a young man, I realized like a lot of things. I don't know, I'm forced to play the hand I'm dealt, so I can't say, I'm not going to use that as an excuse because it's not. I have the choice to come here, and I'm sitting there doing this podcast with y'all today when I could be outside.
Let's clap for that. Appreciate you being here.
I learned that we all slowly changed, and it opened up my eyes. A lot of, like he said, males, with being male, see, people feel like, I don't know how I'm looking right now, but like you always say, y'all always feel like I'm looking at y'all. You be like, why you making that face? I don't be looking no type way. I got a natural mug, like my face round up from me always having to look like this or what I done went through. I don't know how my face looks when I try to fix it. To me, it's a plain look, but I go into a room with 100 other people, head up, looking all them in the eyes. I'm on the positive note. They might feel like I'm mugging or
I ain't gonna lie.
I don't know, but when I go into different environments, though, I bring positivity and being here around other men my age or older men. A lot of young men don't got male guidance, or they feel like they never had that love or emotional support from another man, masculine love like they should, or they'll look at it in the wrong way. So they never had this support.
Nah, he for real though. That's for real stuff.
People come with guidance. When other older men come with guidance to show us and try to just teach us and guide us, that made me feel better. And I know because they could be somewhat doing something else. Y'all don't gotta do this. Y'all trying to help us. And some stuff I did take, like you said, can stop us from hauling out doing this. Cause some days I no telling what was on my mind. And one of y'all that said something to slow me down, just stop me to think. Cause 30 seconds will change your life. 30 seconds, you will do 30 years in 30 seconds. If I wouldn't have had y'all in my illness at times of Mr. Cook, just repeating that, or my mama repeating that 30-second little phrase I remember them saying, I probably would have went off and ended my life, you know?
And I think we all been up so far as coming here, cause just last winter I was messed up in the head, I ain't gonna lie. And just seeing you, Hicks, making me laugh when I came through the door. Even though I was messed up, you made me laugh though, and that kinda had me like, and maybe I need to chill out, calm down before I tweet or do something I ain't got no business doing. Cause, man, like, we all get lost. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I felt like I was going crazy almost. Like, I knew I wasn't, but that's how it felt. It was sick. Like, man.
Exactly. Like you said, man, you never know how somebody feeling. I be going through it too. I feel like sometimes if it comes to it, I'll be like, it is what it is. I not even throw it away. Like, I ain't gonna say no wild stuff on the podcast. Like, if I'm outside, whatever, like, y'all changed me, my brother changed me, people around me, because they'll stop me. I'd be like, I'll be ready to go off. I'm a calm person, but once my temper go off and I'm at that point where it's like do or die, or it's like, gotta get like that, because I'm gonna play my hand. I'm gonna go all the way. I'm not gonna go big or go home. So you taking this risk, and if your risk not worth reward, what you doing? So I just feel like I'm gonna go all out, but me going all out,
said
me
if the risk
crashing out.
not worth the reward, what are we doing?
Exactly. So
if the risk not worth the reward, what are we doing?
That was cold.
I just heard y'all say right now. I know you said it. So let's jump back to what we think some of the roots to some of the violence is, and if I'm hearing y'all correctly, I think it's a lack of confidence, a lack of identity, and a lack of support growing up through your own loved ones to a certain extent. It draws you off the porch into the streets. And if that's true, if not, let's elaborate a little bit on that. How you feel about, lack of identity, people not knowing who they really are, not having the love and support at home, and you get it out in the streets. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, I ain't even care. I feel like it's just based off of you, like, cause of, just cause my pop's not there or he ain't do this certain, like, he probably got something going on too. You never know. You know what I mean? I had to learn that. And a lot of people, like, from hell just telling me, like, when telling me what I got going on with my pops and stuff. They telling me, like, yeah, you gotta think he got other kids too. At the end of the day, you ain't just his only child, or you ain't the only one where he ain't gotta be there for.
And it might be best that he there for them, and not that you never know. Like, yeah. My grandma told me that. She said it ain't always a bad thing that somebody not around you. Sometimes it could save your life. You never know.
bring the brightness out. That might be the motivation you needed.
Make you go harder.
Exactly.
Cause I know, like, with me, I ain't end up meeting my real daddy till I was 12. I ain't scared to say that. Like, see, like, he changed me too, though. He changed me too. Like,
Because I know a lot of people who his pops might have.
Exactly. My biological father,
Yeah.
father figure, though, we know what it is to have an adult like that. But at the same time, that love not gonna be there as a biological father.
facts, like, dog, and
They said
shit.
Sometimes it ain't always needed. It bring out the best in us.
And he used to try to keep me out of everything. Like, once I finally got around him, he was trying to keep me out of everything. Like, cause he even said, like, I seen it. He said, I seen you with me. I seen everything. I seen it before it happened. Like, before I caught my little case, he told me, don't get locked up. Don't do this. Don't do that. You need to learn how to do this. You need to learn how to sit down and listen. Things like that. And I wasn't really trying to at first, because I'm like, man, I've been doing all this on my own. Now but you can't be like that. You got to listen. Because you ain't going to learn nothing if you don't listen. No facts.
Y'all really get as deep as you get. Y'all really get a little deep with this.
Yeah, we cool.
So again, y'all feed me this energy, and I love it, man. I appreciate it. Again, you're here on the late Thursday night. We could be doing anything else. Right? We're in a peaceful environment, peaceful temperament, peaceful space. And so, yeah, we talked about a few things that's the root cause to violence, the root cause to death. Well, let's talk about something that I feel like is the root cause to more deaths. Why is it so okay, or look to be okay, to glorify or to disrespect the dead on social media? Now, I want you to take your time, whoever go first. Let's talk a little bit about that and why it's not okay, or why it is okay in your eyes.
I got why not. I feel like it's not okay because you feel me? They dead and gone. What's the point of talking about them? They can't defend themselves. But certain people, they got a different mindset, or certain people got certain stuff going on. They might diss that person because that person dissed they people. Or some person might follow, like we saying about following earlier. Some people might just be following the next person and want to diss him because he dissed him. Oh.
I was finna say like, I never really thought it was cool. Even when they first came out, like around like 2011, I'ma say that's when they started doing it, 2012. I never thought it was cool. Like, I ain't never really understood that. Like, I understood the whole dissing the game thing. That was, we was younger, like that was our thing, you know, but all that whole dissing the dead, like my people spiritual, so, you know, things of that nature I don't even get into, cause, you know, people be saying they be fighting demons or whatnot, but you know, all you doing is drugs and you talking about you smoking this dude and you popping him and you doing all this. You bringing demons, like you bringing them to you. Like you basically setting yourself up for failure. Cause yeah, like it's cool. Like everybody gangster, bro. We all know that everybody defend themselves if they got to, bro. We know this. Why y'all trying to be tough? Like why you trying to provoke somebody to come do something to you? A wise man told me you don't want nobody to know where you at. You don't want nobody to know what you got going on. That's gangster, bro. You ain't even your girl not supposed to know what's going on with you, bro. Like, right. And y'all run y'all mouth too much out here in these streets. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't do no social media, so all this game banging over the internet stuff, I don't know. I'm gonna leave it to the streets, but that's just me. But I feel like
Federal.
It ain't no need for me to diss nobody that's in the graveyard, because I know my brother's in the graveyard, and whoever say something about them, I know how I'm gonna feel about that. So we just going back and forth.
So let's talk about that. How would you feel about that? That's where we going. So I'm talking about your brother right now. You don't know me. He did. I'm smoking him.
And that's gonna spark an instant over the internet war, internet war.
Cause now you saying F my peoples, now I'm saying F your peoples, and now it's like a back and forth thing. Yup. And don't let me see you like.
Not even that. They did. What you gonna bring besides hurting to their peoples? But I feel like the root of this, people dissing people is shit. When they was here, they was
terrorizing.
They was terrorizing them. So now that they feel like that's their worst enemy, they dead. They celebrate their death.
And I feel like that's the truth about every side in Chicago. No matter what side you on, I feel like everybody got dead homies that was terrorizing everybody. Right? Cause that's what makes Chicago. That's what make us different from a lot of cities too. Cause it ain't a lot of people like that. Like they got their city or whatever, and they got their gangs and all the other stuff, the streets. But everybody in their city or everybody in their street not like that. Everybody out here, you got one person from every hood that's like that, and that's just true. Like we can talk about this for days, cause of how much history is behind it. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
You got something you want to say, little brother? Feel free.
They already spoke on everything.
Okay, so I know it's been a wonderful day, man. You know, I definitely appreciate you guys joining this podcast with me. But I do want to leave with one thing. You know, we always start with the root to violence. We'll go around the table one time. We'll get each one of you one question. And you give me a positive outcome on how you can make this positive. So I'll start with you. Devin, I'll give you a question. Say, how would you handle a social media post that you would normally react violent to? What would you do now as a positive role model in your neighborhood?
Me personally, be on social media, but if I was when I seen that, me being the person I am now, I'll try to put it to the side, ignore it, and try to report it so it could be took down off Facebook and no attention could be brought to it.
Oh man, I appreciate that. You guys agree on that?
Yeah.
Okay, Mark, I'm gonna jump to you. The situation is, okay, we're gonna go to peer pressure. Someone's pressuring you to hold a gun for the night, and you versus those you to you now. What is your response as being a trained person through program service? What is your response to me asking you to hold this gun on my security item?
First I'm gonna say, you shouldn't be holding nobody gun if it ain't yours. Just get that out though. Cause these people have a lot of problems with that. Other than that, bro, if you want security, bro, I feel like the positive thing to do is go get you a security license. Go get you a concealed and carry. in the FOIA card and go about it the right way instead of just being out here loose, like a loose cannon. Like now you putting yourself in the way of prison and all type of stuff. Like so, I feel like it's better to go the right way about it, the legal way.
I like that. We're gonna finish with you, Brian. We started this segment talking about goofies. If we'd eliminate the goofies, give me a positive word that you could tell somebody besides calling them a goofy. Speak up, brother.
You or me. Video.
He said somebody need help.
Closing out, peace among peers.
Peace among peers.
This is the UPC Road, 420 West 111th Street, Chicago, Illinois.